Welcome back, everyone. Today we are here for more Halloween Horror Nights updates, and the name of today is Small Details. There are a lot of little details we will be looking at today. There are a few big set pieces which we'll obviously be covering, but from what I'm seeing, it's a lot of those little things that are starting to appear inside of the scare zones. Now, if you guys are not aware, we are trying to hit 7,000 subscribers by opening night. If you guys don't mind, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's a free and easy way to support us here. We are doing insanely well right now, by the way. We are less than 250 away, and we have a few weeks to go. You guys are absolutely killing it. I love it. Thank you again so much. But again, today we are focusing on the little details, if you will. I have a few things to talk about outside of that, and we have the How to Train Your Dragon music, which is currently my favorite soundtrack to walk into the park for. I think Nicole is the same way. She's not with me here today. She will be here very soon, though. Don't worry. We're getting there. First thing, as we are walking into the park, we have added these mini trusses to the front here that you can see on both sides. The little ones are now up front. Again, those other ones are absolutely huge. They go above the ceilings right here, which is just insane. We are going to be starting to the right again today, but there is some stuff happening in the Origins of Horror, but we are heading over here. There's more that have been added to a lot of these stands here and stages. I'm excited to show you guys, again, little details. That is all today, so be prepared to see all of the little things. Also, I don't know how much you guys necessarily care, but I just started watching Wednesday yesterday. Today is Wednesday, though. I think the new season comes out, and I'm actually really enjoying it, so I'll give him credit. I was like not interested in it at all. Nicole had seen it, and she was like, yeah, you should check it out. It's actually pretty good. Not gonna lie, I liked it. We have another day of pointing out that light blinding us. It's actually both of them. You can see them both right there on the end, both blinding us. But look at this. We have a ton of extra greenery that has appeared. So now we have the grass out front. The vines now are really in excess here at this point. We have more moss that has been added. But look at that. I mean, yesterday we had a little bit of moss, a little bit of vines. I'm like, I mean, it's all right, but I mean, it really could use a little bit more. Absolutely overnight, they did it, killed it, love that. Even on the back side here, look at all that, a ton more greenery added. So definitely feeling more. Yes, I'm sure you guys see all that. We're gonna cover it in just a second. Oh man, okay. Over here though, we have again, more moss, more vines, more greenery, and it's looking really good. I love this. They are knocking it out of the park this year. This has me super hyped for the houses, because if they're doing really well in the houses, just like they are doing here, I mean, come on, it's gonna be so good. Plus, I love that they added right in here. Look at that. Some twigs and some moss inside of the like little crevice there. And yes, here you go. Here's our first table that has been added. It looks like there is some sort of body, might be like a stake or something driven through there. Again, it looks like that might be the top. Maybe not, actually, that might be a foot right here, like a boot or something. Oh man, that looks good. And there is a table under there. We have a chair up there. It looks charred or full of dirt. I don't know if it's meant to be there or not. Again, you can see down underneath, we have the table kind of stumps there on the bottom. Super cool. I don't know, I'm gonna have to have you guys start guessing in the comments as we go throughout these zones and let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm just giving you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is a body on a table. I'm thinking that could be like something, again, stabbing through. It is a little low, and this makes me think it's a shoe. Like right here, you see this little like curve out? It looks like a boot or something right there. So that could be the head, I don't know. And then over here, it looks like we have two chairs and then a little kind of side table here. This table is covered, this is covered, and yeah, that is a person down there. You can see the boot sticking out underneath. So yes, they are covering somebody up in here. Oh man, guys, I mean, this is it, this is insane. Also up top, we do have some vines that have now been added to the structure. You can see them down at the side here as well. There are some scratch marks, it looks like here, very large scratch marks at that, but oh boy, oh, they left a little snip over there, a little piece of tool, but that's okay. Either way, this looks super good. I'm so excited. Over here, we have gargoyles that have now been added to the stage. Again, more vine work along the ceiling. And again, we do have some water that is now standing inside of these little champagne glasses. However, it does look like that is just water because it rained like absolute crazy last night. We have been having crazy storms, guys. I tell you this all the time. I'm very nervous about opening night after I've seen the weather this week. But look at that, it all looks so good. I love these little gargoyles here. They even added a little bit of detail down there with some of the like string. So I am hopeful that we get even a little bit more to kind of decorate these, but they look so good. I am so excited. And I know I keep saying that, but like these little details, it really brings it together. You're now at the point that you're saying, like this is it, right? They brought the stage out and you're like, okay, well, it's not just gonna be a stage, right? There's gonna be more that's added. And I don't know, I'm just so stinking excited. Still curious what they're gonna add up there, because I mean, you wouldn't have that giant pipe without adding something up there. Let's come over here to our last and final stage. It looks like no vines up top, but we do have shrubs and greenery here on the side right there. And then we have a table that is covered with chairs that are uncovered. So what do we think that's gonna be? I don't know, maybe like brains or body parts on plates or something right in between. Super cool. And again, both sides have those bushes that you can see right over there. So this is looking insane. It's all coming together. The little details, like I said today, and they are nailing it. Let's check in on the merch for you guys real quick. Looks like we still just have Jason over here, no wide 6, and still no sizes above medium. Wow, that is crazy. How is Mel's doing? Mel's is doing good. Tons of sizes here, extra smalls all the way up to, it looks like triple XLs. So all good on the Mel shirts. And they're doing just fine on the stained glass pieces as of right now. They stocked these pretty well, even on the first day when they were running out. They were bringing them out by the bagfuls, but it looks like we have all of them here. There's Freddie over there. We also have the Jason one up there. So definitely good on that, just those shirts. As we leave, our final gate does have all of the same things added to the front too. We have some grass down there, more moss, more vines, looking good. I am curious, we don't have another gate on this side. So the other one you enter through like 2, then you exit kind of this way through 1. I wonder if we'll get another one or if that's just kind of the vibe. Battery Park currently has no updates going on. Again, they cleared out the entire area in there. We're just waiting for, again, the food booths to now show up at this point. It's the one thing we are waiting for. I will tell you, the food booths last year showed up around the 7th to the 9th. So expect them in the next few days. I do think we'll get them by the end of the week based on previous years. But right now it is just a little early, but not by much. Just in the event you guys are watching this in the future, today's date is August 6th. So tomorrow would be when they typically start to add the food booths, but I've seen them as late as the 9th. So we are looking between either Thursday this week, which is tomorrow, the 7th, up to Saturday, which would be the 9th. So that's my guess for when we are actually going to see these food booths start to show up. I'm not 100% certain, but that would be my guess based on, again, the past 3 years. That has been the time frame. They have also started to hook up some of the pumpkins. You can see the wires running down. The pumpkins are now all hooked up, at least on this first tree. Not every tree, because the next one over you can see doesn't have any pumpkins hooked up. So not all of them and not many of them, to be honest with you. It looks like maybe the front one on that side and then the front one as you walk in from the other angle. Now, once again, this entire scare zone is pretty much complete. There is some stuff happening down on the house, which I want to show you though. They continue to add. I thought it was almost done. I don't know if it is. You know what they did do? They added a lantern up there though, with some vine work along the edge. I almost walked right by that, and they added them to all of them. So good thing I didn't just cruise too fast through here. Look at that, yeah. So that looks really good actually. I think that kind of brings it to life. Now again, as I'm walking through, there's some things that have kind of turned. They've readjusted a few things. Again, added minor things like, again, this pumpkin is new with these leaves and things like that. But overall, like I said, it's pretty much all the same. It's all gonna be minor tweaks at this point. And like I mentioned, you can see up there, they have hooked up these ones to the lights as well. All those don't have them, but then again, this one does as well. At least some of them, because not all of them are hooked up here. But you can see like this front branch has them, which is interesting. So not all of them are hooked up by any means, but I'm sure they're doing some testing at this point. So this is super interesting. They have the rooftop attached. Now they added that kind of half moon shape, which almost somewhat looked like this, but I think this is actually different up here now that I'm looking at it. I thought this was gonna be whatever was broken off of the rooftop, but it is not the case. But now we have pillars here, another rooftop over the front, and it looks like they're potentially gonna add even more up there based on kind of like the woodwork. It looks a little unfinished. And then over here you have this angled one for somebody to come walking out. This is also super interesting. It looks like this is either dirt or my guess is probably poop. I think this is a giant mound of poop right here of cat turds or something. I don't know. But then down here, this is a cutout, so something should probably go right here. I don't know, maybe they have like a fire hydrant or something. But that is a black kind of square to cover up a hole there, so something should be popping out at that point. But look at the stage. Holy cow. So this looks really good. I mean, I was not expecting this at all. Let's just get like a wide angle here of this. I mean, that looks crazy good. Like, don't forget, this was never part of the entire scare zone. This is something that is completely new to this area. And now it's like a giant piece. I mean, this is massive. Super, super cool. Really excited. I'm wondering, they're probably gonna have to add a little bit of something there to the side of the stairs, because like up front, it's decorated here, it blends in. That right now doesn't yet, but again, I mean, we still have a few weeks. I'm guessing there's gonna be a few more things added, but I love this. This looks so stinking good. What in the world? Well, good job, Universal. At least we have spray painted that, so I appreciate that. Now it blends in a little bit. They didn't add a piece in there. Also looks like it's peeling right there, which is crazy. It's just, that's the kind of wood. It's basically just like layers of thin pieces of wood, but at least it's spray painted, so I'm guessing that's all they're gonna do to it. So I don't know if they've watched the videos, but good job, or if anybody else is pointing it out. But yeah, that looks good. Everything else in here seems to be pretty much the same from what I'm seeing. Again, we've seen the yarn being strung out. Same thing over on this side. So it looks like pretty much everything is good to go in here. I don't know how much more they're gonna do, especially after they have added all the grass over here. I think this is now kind of almost the final product. Again, maybe a few more small details, but I do think this is pretty much how this one is going to exist. It almost looks like they added a little tail there to the hairball as well. Now I am hoping by the end of this week, we see a little bit more action happening on the bridge. It could be next week, but again, we are still waiting for the bridge and the bathroom to get their final touches. What is going on? I mean, we're waiting for the final touches, to be fair, on the bathroom, but the bridge, like it looks the same. You know, they're putting more stuff over there. It is slowly getting kind of worked on at this point. They're doing a few things, so it is kind of coming together, but it feels kind of slow at this point. To be fair, it could be something where like they need things to like settle in, so they might need to they might be like gluing or like nailing or whatever, and they need it to kind of like settle before they can move on to the next part of it. Obviously, stabilization, things like that. When you have structures like that people walk over, you need to be extra safe, especially at a theme park when there's that many thousands of people going over it a day. So I understand it, but it is still kind of crazy. I do want to point something out inside of Sahara Traders. They are doing some music out here, and then we'll cover New York in just a minute. Well, can you guys see the giant change here? Yes, they have turned this. It was right here. You can actually see the discoloration between where it normally was, and now they have turned it. So if you guys don't think something is coming in here at this point, I don't know. I mean, why would they open this up like this? We know they've been doing work on it. Something is coming here. Still just don't know. So Boris has been hard at work. You can see all over the board they have a bunch going on. Now at the end of the day, if you guys want good Boris Schuster information, Kevin will have a full deep dive.
I got you.
But for us, we will point out a few things here, but you can see definitely up there, you have a lot written on the boards, and they have uncovered. Idols are moving, things are happening. I will put a few photos for you guys to see, but yeah, a lot of information going on. We'll have to see if it pertains anything to the tribute store. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start our trip here through New York. Now, there are a few cool things in here that I am very excited about. Let's talk about it. Number one, we have one box here. Not super stoked about that. I mean, hopefully something cool is happening, but I mean, it is just a box at the end of the day. But hopefully we start to see some of that toxic waste start to show up here and kind of exist throughout this area. But what I want to point out is right behind it there, up top, you can see this light pole. Now, yesterday I pointed out that we have the lights running right here, but now we have this light pole right here. It is cracked right there in the middle, and we're obviously gonna have like the power boxes or whatever right there. What would be cool is if the power runs here, they power this up, and then it's like sparking. You know what I mean? So it's like kind of like zzz, zzz, and it's like shooting off little electricity because like it's been hit. So if they do that, this will look super cool, you know, and it gives you like that sparking noise, and you see like the beams of electricity kind of like shooting out. That would be awesome. So let's hope we get something like that. Otherwise, it might just be a prop piece, but I would love to see that if that is something that they would ultimately do. Let's continue on here. The floor looks to be pretty much the same. I'm not seeing anything really new here at first glance. I think these were here yesterday, I believe. No, I don't remember. I guess I'd have to go back and look. But if not, we have these like side pieces over around the corner. It looks like they did add a little barrel back there in these two spots, probably just to hold this down. We have been having, again, crazy storms, so that would be my guess. Unfortunately, there are some people all over that one, so we'll go back to that in just a second. There's not too much over here, but a little bit happening with like little speakeasy portion. Right through here, you can see they've now added barrels. One right here, one right there. Looks like those could be almost like mini speakers or something on them. I don't know what those are, or just airports of some sort. But I think that could be just about it for the additions here from what I am originally seeing. They also have the grate here, which is kind of cool, giving you kind of like that sewer vibe. Also, this could be a screen. They could be projecting things on it, or it could just be hiding, or a placeholder at this point. I'm not really sure what they're gonna do with this. Obviously, we have like entrances and exits back there, but if they're covered by the barrels, this one is definitely a big question mark for me at this point. I don't know. What are you guys thinking with like the white backdrop? I mean, I feel like that's typically a projector backdrop, but it could just, again, be like a placeholder. Everything here on the newsstand all looks to be pretty much the same. They might have added this chain here to kind of rope people up. I don't remember if it was here or not, but I do know this looks pretty much all the same from yesterday. This is the backside of this stage here. They do have stairs to go up them. That one doesn't have stairs yet, but two entrances onto this one here. It will never cease to blow my mind that people are literally like standing and sitting all over the sign that says "Do not climb," and they're just sitting there. It's crazy. Anyway, here we go, our new stage right in front of us here. You can see up top we have the steel beam. Right here it looks like almost another like speakeasy portion here, if you will, a little side entrance maybe, kind of a back door area, stage door. Right there we have the piping. Again, we have the grates down here, so it looks like we have scare actors will be able to come out of this slide and this slide over here, which is pretty neat. I really like the set design of this. Not too much of that toxic waste feel here. I do see right here we have a spot for a speaker. You can see kind of the difference. So looks like they're gonna have a speaker there. Maybe up top, a little bit of toxic waste. But outside of that, not too much damage has been done yet in this little area. This is, again, more like a back alley feel for this one. And the pipes, old and rusted looking there. Could be a speaker or something in there as well. Very cool. I like this set piece. Might be my favorite of the bunch. The newsstand is kind of fun, but like, you know, this is kind of more scare actor front and forward. You know, I feel like this can have a lot of action happening up here, which will definitely be neat. But yes, there you go. Our next prop that has popped up here also kind of looks like mesh up there, so they might be able to add a speaker up top as well. Now that scare zone is definitely coming together. I think it's looking really good. I think, again, I want to see a little bit more toxic waste pop up here over the next few weeks. As we're walking through this area, I do want to kind of point out again, I think we will have food booths tomorrow. I do think we get them by the end of the week. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday, but I do think by the end of the week, we will have some food booths popping up. I don't think we're gonna have the menus. That typically takes a little while, but I do think that we will get some food booths at least. Also, I want to talk a little bit about Vegas. If you guys didn't know, they were doing like team member previews of the Horrors Unleashed experience, and I did watch some walkthroughs of it. It looks pretty good. I will say, their scare actors don't seem to be as seasoned as the scare actors that you have here. It looks like obviously they need to get into the rhythm of it, and that takes a little while. You know, you can definitely tell when you're going through a house, when you have somebody that has been doing scare acting for a while, they know exactly what to do. They know the tips, the tricks. They know the ways to kind of like get in your face, but have that distance to not kind of like touch you, but kind of get close and aggressive. So you can tell some of them were a little bit more seasoned, it looked like, and then some maybe not so much. But overall, it looks like an insanely cool experience. I am excited to, at some point, get out there. There is one that was announced for Chicago. There's a chance that's the first one we go to. It depends on what we can do. We have family back in Chicago. We go up there typically anywhere between 2 to 3 times a year. So it'll be a lot easier to make a trip up to Chicago, go see family, and then go check out the Horrors Unleashed up there. Where Vegas, it's a lot different. You obviously have to kind of get out there. Flights are a lot more expensive to get out there. There's so many things we want to do out on the West Coast as well. So going out to the West Coast is something that we would have to kind of plan a lot more ahead of time, right? It's going to be about a 1.5 to 2 week vacation for us. We want to do Disneyland, Universal Studios Hollywood, Horrors Unleashed, and a few other things just like out that way. Do a few things in Vegas. So it would become a lot more of a in-depth trip versus just kind of a quick stop, if that makes sense. But again, it is looking really good out there. I think the overall ambiance of the entire place looks really good. I would definitely go check out some videos if you guys are interested in something like that. If you want to be surprised, or maybe you already have plans to go out there, maybe don't go watch the walkthroughs and things like that. I just know we're not going to get out there super soon. So at this point, you know, for me, I don't mind watching some of that. And I'm excited to see some of my other content creator friends kind of cover it and see how they do it, because I haven't seen too much like high quality footage from it yet. Mostly like iPhones and things like that. But yeah, it looks pretty good overall. So let's go ahead and finish this video up through our entry scare zone of Origins of Horror, see what is going on in here. It looks like they have cables being ran over here to each of these little huts that we can see. So my guess is we're going to have speakers. We do also have fog machines now in place, so the fog has arrived. I think that was the only one I saw over there. I might have missed them earlier. I thought I maybe heard there was one over inside of the Cat Lady Scare Zone, but I'm not sure. But here we go, we have another one right over here. These look like new boxes, don't they? They look pretty hooked up. And then another one right there. So we are all prepped for our fog machines at this point. Well, I think we are now going to get out of here. It is getting hot. We did a good job today. Tons of new stuff going on over there. Was not expecting as much. I knew there would be some stuff today, but I was not expecting it to be this crazy. Let's hope for food booths tomorrow. I am very hopeful for it. Like I said, August 7th to August 9th. We've got to be in that window. Also, it looks like they put a few lights up by the Dead Coconut Club, so that is starting to come together as well. But yeah, how are you guys feeling about some of these updates? We started to see all the tarps covering up some of the bodies and things they might not want you to see. So I'm excited to see that some of that is now on its way out. A lot has started to happen inside of New York. We also are kind of starting to close out on those final touches inside of the Crooked Lane Scare Zone. And then fog machines, lots of stuff. I told you it was all about the details today, and the details delivered. Would you agree? Either way, I hope you guys had fun with me hanging out over here at Universal Studios. Another scorcher today, but we're getting there. We're getting it done. If you guys don't mind, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps out a ton. We'll be back here tomorrow for some more updates for you guys. Like I said, hopefully food booths. Cross my fingers. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here.